I see the community piece.
Imagine the freedom of working from home. No commute, no dress code. Where you work when it's convenient for you, you can. With Arise, a company delivering virtual business service solutions since 1997. Find out more at arise.com/Canada.
Welcome back to the show. I assure you I will not be singing in this next segment. I apologize for my singing voice in that last segment. That is so much fun, but also so much fun is cooking in our kitchen, and we love having him on the show. We are joined by Tom Burney from Cardish Foods. Tom, welcome back to the show. It's great to have you here.
Good to see you
We've
again.
been smelling the finished product already. We won't tell you and reveal it yet what it is. But you've come on. I mean, obviously, this is the season we're seeing squash and pumpkin. So that's probably one of the reasons you decided to do this, because I know you love local as well, don't you, Tom?
Local, fresh, in season. I mean, I think it's best to follow, because most of the time in season will be local. So it's good to keep it that way. Local usually means, I mean, you're supporting your local farmers, but you're also, I mean, the nutrients and everything are going to be fresh and available to you. So today I did something with a little bit of pumpkin.
Nice.
I know everybody's like, summertime, oh no, you know, like, and then they see the pumpkins and then they freak out. They're like, okay.
Halloween's not far away. I've been in the stores. They've already rolled out everything. And this is a specific pumpkin. This isn't your jack-o'-lantern type of pumpkin, right?
Nope, these are just little guys. Little kind of
I guess they're called, pumpkins. What, cooking pumpkins? Or
cooking pumpkins, exactly. So with the recipe today, I mean, you can do either organic canned pumpkin,
right,
or you can bake your own pumpkin.
Okay.
And kind of use that as the puree. So today what I'm doing is pumpkin muffins.
Nice.
Okay. Everybody does the pumpkin pie, the rest of it around, but today is going to be pumpkin muffins. Similar to the pumpkin pie, similar type of spices, the rest of it, but this is a really simple recipe.
And obviously, you usually have a little twist in ingredients. I'm guessing you're not using white flour.
No.
Right?
No, I mean, again, all the grains I do not use. I use only flours based with ground nuts or coconut flour.
Okay.
But today is ground almonds, which is going to be the base for the muffins.
All right.
So in here is 1.5 cups of almond flour. So usually what I do is I start with the dry ingredients just to get them all mixed in.
Right.
So I'll pour the almond flour in there. And you can buy this within Cardish Foods, or what you can do also is you can buy it pre-ground, or you can get the whole almonds and grind them yourself.
Right.
And at that point, if you do it yourself, you also get the skins, which is fiber basically within the skins. So you can do it either way. In here is the spices. Again, I always like to do things pre-mixed before I go on the show. It's a little easier. So this is a teaspoon of cinnamon. Cinnamon is good for regulating blood sugar.
Okay.
Excellent for regulating blood sugar. Anybody with diabetes, excellent for that. You're also getting a half teaspoon of nutmeg, a quarter teaspoon of ginger, and a quarter teaspoon of, I believe it is cloves.
Okay.
As well. Within
Very nice.
there. And about a teaspoon of baking soda as well.
So all that in there.
Just throw it in there.
Okay.
And then you just mix that in. So that's just the dry ingredients.
If you've got a recipe, let's say you have Grandma's recipe and you love her pumpkin pie or her pumpkin muffins, is it the same measurements? If it's usually used to be white flour, can I put in the same measurement?
Pretty much you can do a 1-to-1 ratio with that.
Okay.
Yep. Including the sweetener as well. So again, these are the dry ingredients that have gone in here.
Right.
And then I've pre-mixed most of the wet ingredients.
Okay.
It's about a cup of pumpkin puree. So again, you can do either out of the can or the pumpkin itself.
Right.
You're going to include 2 eggs, about a half a cup of honey in here as well, and basically that's it for those ingredients. And 2 tablespoons of coconut oil as well.
Of course, I knew coconut had to come in.
Yep,
somewhere.
I have to include
That's
that
your favorite. It's the new miracle food.
Yep.
Right.
So you mix that in there.
Okay. Here, I'll put me to work
Yummy,
here. You know,
yummy.
you're doing all the work here. Let me.
So
Now,
maybe just scrape out the bottom there and get all the goodness.
Tom, every time you come on the show, we don't necessarily talk about it all the time, but you always bring some books, and there's specific books that you bring along that, of course, you use as a guideline. What are some of the books you've brought along with you here today?
So basically the book to the right here is the Paleo Diet.
Right.
It's a Paleo Diet cookbook, and it's by Rob Wolf. It follows no grains. Paleolithic is the diet we followed prior to agriculture.
Okay.
So agriculture has been for maybe around the last 10,000 years.
Right.
Okay. So prior to that, we were hunter-gatherers. We didn't really grains were stored. They were farmed So we didn't really use a lot of those until agriculture came along. Most of our foods were wild meats or vegetables.
Okay.
As well as some nuts and some fruits as well. So paleo diet is this book here. This book here is called Breaking the Vicious Cycle. It's kind of my Bible.
All right.
It's not called the paleo diet, but it's called the specific carbohydrate diet. Along the same lines as the paleo diet. Is for people with celiac disease, Crohn's disease, diverticulitis, diarrhea, anything which problem intestinal disorders.
Right.
What it basically does is it removes all the starches, all the processed foods, basically the foods which are hard to digest.
Right.
And it singles it out to basically sugars which require no enzymes basically within the stomach to digest those foods. So no grains, no beans, no starchy vegetables, just easy to digest meats, fruits, vegetables.
If you recommend it, I want it. Now,
Yeah.
we've mixed this up. We put it in our pan.
Yep.
What are we putting the temperature at?
So you're gonna have basically a muffin cup kind of tin holder.
Yeah.
You put it in there with the muffin cup wraps.
Yeah.
And then you put it in the oven about 350 degrees, and you cook it for 30 to 45 minutes.
Fantastic. And
Okay.
then you get this as your final product.
Yep.
And you can get all these ingredients and more, and of course you can be assured that everything that you guys have at Carter's Foods is good
It's
for
wholesome
us.
and good. And I mean, again, I'll mention with the pumpkin, good fiber, and it also has a lot of vitamin A in it, which is good for the eyes and good for macular degeneration, especially people with eyesight loss.
Excellent.
So it's definitely a good thing to consume.
All right, I'm going to give this a try. Tom, thanks so much for being here.
No
Always a
problem. Thank
pleasure.
you.
Going to introduce you to today's music. Today is Kim Churchill. He is from Australia. He's currently on tour right across Canada. You can visit his website to find out more information. Here he is on Daytime Ottawa.
Sing me songs of revolution come running in my head. In this world I'm running, minds keep running on instead. Light it seems to shine the way I wanna touch the sky. A king always meant would be unsatisfied. And it seems in every era another head goes roll. They can destroy our money minds. Can they destroy our soul?